Hey guys, welcome back to the Lauren Blackwell channel. So after I heard about Taylor Swift's publicist or a source close to Taylor Swift saying that Taylor had nothing to do with the hiring of Isabella, I could not help but wonder why it is that much of a big deal that had to be addressed. According to the Daily Mail, this is a statement that a source close to Taylor Swift made. They said, Taylor has always been Blake's friend, but Taylor doesn't have any involvement in the case. She wasn't part of the movie. Taylor was not a producer on the film and had no creative involvement. For some reason, Taylor's team really wants the public to know that she did not play a role in the casting of Isabella, but that was not the message that was put out initially. So this is what happened. When Blake Lively was interviewed regarding this particular topic, this is what she said.
And I mean, honestly, she was with me on this experience the whole time, all throughout it. So, like, she really lived this with me.
Basically, she said Taylor Swift had a lot to do with the entire process as far as helping her and being the person that she can go to ask for advice and etc. In other words, Taylor Swift had input. She said a lot more, but I cannot put the entire interview, so I just put that short clip. Okay, so now let's move on to Justin Baldoni. When he was interviewed regarding the same topic, this is what he said. He said basically the same thing that Blake said, which is that Taylor Swift had her hand in the hiring of Isabella. Here's the clip.
He told me Taylor Swift helped her get the role, like signed off on her audition.
I was casting, and I had actually brought in and showed her casting tape to Blake and Taylor, and they were both like, yes, her. And that's a true story.
Is that the true story? Because I thought the only time he met Taylor Swift was when he was called into a meeting with Blake and Ryan, and Taylor Swift happened to walk in, and Taylor Swift said one thing, which is, I'm excited for the movie or something like that, and that was it. So at what point did Taylor Swift look at the casting tape and make any decision regarding who is casted and who is not? Is that really what happened, or was he told to throw Taylor Swift's name into the marketing? So anyway, when Isabella was asked during her interview regarding her casting and Taylor Swift's involvement, this is what she said.
Taylor may have had some influence in getting. Yes, she did. Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I'm meant to be saying it, but I'm saying it. Yeah, she was a helpful part of the process of the audition, which I found out later after I got it, and that rocked my world.
She sounds really excited, and I doubt that she's as much in the loop as the other guys, as she's just an actress in the movie and this is her first role. She has no real pull in the industry, so I doubt if she really knew what was happening. So it seems to me as though first of all, let me just say this. Blake, Justin, and Isabel are saying the same thing, which is that Taylor helped in her casting, in her hiring. Taylor Swift is saying that she played no role in the hiring of Isabella or in the movie in general. So Taylor Swift is trying to remove herself completely from all aspects of this movie, including the mundane hiring of Isabella Ferrer. Why is she trying so hard to remove herself from the hiring of Isabella, considering that Isabella is the least problematic aspect of this story? Here's what I think. I think that initially someone suggested that Taylor's name be inserted into the marketing of this movie because it makes it look even better. It's more profitable for the movie. It'll move it further, and it's just it overall would have given the movie a more positive spin. However, when things took a turn for the worse and it turned into this huge, nasty drama, with every aspect of the story that is revealed, it seems as if Taylor's name is being inserted deeper and deeper into different aspects of it. So, first, Taylor's name is inserted when Isabella was hired. Okay, so she had a hand in the hiring of a cast member. Secondly, Taylor's name was inserted in the firing of a composer. So that is another way that her name is inserted in the firing of someone. Third, Taylor's name is inserted in her friendship with a New York Times journalist. And the New York Times played a huge role, and they also have a lawsuit pending against them. So Taylor's name was being spread throughout this movie, and it's starting to look worse and worse for her. So in order for her to remove herself completely from all aspects of this drama, she needed to also remove herself from playing any role in the casting of Isabella. I don't know if she truly played a role in the casting of Isabella or not, because she's saying one thing and Blake, Justin, and Isabella are saying a different thing. But I think that in order for her to say, I had nothing to do with any aspect of this movie, she had to remove herself from Isabella's casting as well, even though it is like not that big of a deal whether or not she asked that Isabella should be hired. A lot of people do not believe that Blake Lively has enough pull to make the New York Times do her bidding, although one could argue that perhaps her husband may have had something to do with it, but even that people are doubtful. The person, though, that does have the pull is Taylor Swift. She also has friends in the New York Times. So if you put two and two together, it makes sense that people will assume that they use her contacts to put out that heat piece against Justin Baldoni. But Taylor Swift does not want people to view it that way. So she's trying to remove herself from the entire process. I don't know how she's going to remove herself from the composer aspect of it, though, because she did lend her music to the directors to be used in the movie. That she cannot remove herself from, because her song is literally used, and her name is in the credits, and her name is all over the marketing for this movie. Look, this is all alleged. I don't know what is true and what's not. I'm just reporting what I have gathered so far, and I'm trying to put two and two together and say that no matter how much Taylor Swift tries to remove herself from this movie, there are certain things you simply cannot deny. One is that she was in the presence of Justin Baldoni during the meeting. That you cannot deny. She was physically present. It's possible she didn't know there was going to be a meeting, but she cannot deny that she was physically present. She cannot deny that she is friends with Blake and Ryan, which are considered two of the most problematic people in this story. She cannot deny that they discussed this movie with her, because Justin Baldoni himself said that Taylor Swift did express some excitement towards the movie, and she cannot deny that she is part of the movie in the sense that her song was used. I mean, she's in it. She is in this thing. She's trying to remove herself, but she just cannot. Perhaps she can remove herself from the more shady aspects, which is that someone trying to take Justin down, and as far as her trying to take Justin Baldoni down, and her trying to seize the movie from Justin and give it to Blake and Ryan. She can remove herself from that aspect, I guess, but she cannot say she had absolutely nothing to do with the movie. Not when she lent her music to be used. Not when she visited one of the castmates, which is Blake Lively. So, yeah, she can only do so much in this aspect. That's why you need to be careful how much you involve yourself in certain things, because if someone is reckless and they're friends with you, they can drag you into something out of the clear blue sky, something you're not ready for, you're not in the mood for, and before you know it, you look around and you have a lot of things, a lot of drama surrounding you that you did not sign up for. I think that's the position that Taylor Swift has found herself. This is neither here nor there, but a lot of people say that Blake and Isabella, I know I say Isabel sometimes, but I mean Isabella, and Isabella look alike, but they look nothing alike to me. I guess if you dress them up in similar clothes and they adopt similar mannerisms, you can sort of squint and say that they perhaps could look alike, but they look nothing alike to me. And it's just so obvious that Isabella is not as outgoing as Blake is. You can just tell. But even besides that, just looking at their faces, they kind of have a similar smile sometimes. But yeah, they do not look alike to me at all. So who do you guys think is being a tad less than honest here? Is it Taylor for saying she had nothing to do with this movie? Or is it Blake, Justin, and Isabella who are saying that Taylor had a hand in some aspects of the movie? I'm sure the last three were trying to be positive by putting Taylor's name in there. I don't think they were trying to be shady at all. I don't think they foresaw that things were going to get this bad between them. So I think it's one of those things where a more famous person is sort of involved with your project, and you just sort of pull them in a lot more by throwing their name around so that people can respect your project even more, and you can get the publicity that you want for your project. I think that was what was happening when they were mentioning Taylor's name, because they did not know that things were going to get really, really bad between all of them. And now that there's a $400 million lawsuit, or however much it is, now everyone is trying to distance themselves. But this is what happens when you record everything, is that everything is recorded. And you are going to have to explain what you meant when you said certain things. So they're finding themselves in difficult situations now. And this looks really bad for all of them, but most especially for Taylor Swift, Ryan Reynolds, and Blake Lively. I think Isabella is going to get out of this unscathed as long as she does not pick a side to, well, she's already picked a side because she's on Blake's side, which sort of makes sense. It seems as though, she played the young version of Blake. They're both girls, so it makes sense they would choose each other, but she has to tread lightly because she is just now getting into the industry and she does not want to ruin her own reputation by siding with the wrong side. That is all I have for this. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next one. Bye, guys.